Every parent hopes for a healthy baby and an uncomplicated birth. But sometimes a baby comes too early, or the birth goes wrong. The Women's Hospital in Liverpool is the largest in the country. As a centre of excellence, they pride themselves on being at the cutting edge of neonatal science.
I always think that this is this first baby's day alive, his first night alive. He's not got his mum, he's not got his dad. We need to take care of him and sort of treat them as if they were our babies, really.
The neonatal unit cares for 1,000 babies a year. They're some of the smallest and sickest. Babies who weigh just half a pound and who are on the cusp of life. For parents, it's an emotional roller coaster. They will experience both great sadness and great happiness.
Really happy, just holding him. He's got a really strong grip as well.
Gotta get on with it. I'm just grateful that he's here. You know, we all say we want something that challenges through life, and this is a challenge. So bring it on.
It was only about 5 days. He's changed our lives.
There will be heartache and joy. The reality is, some babies will survive and some will not. For most parents, the birth of a child marks the start of family life. Traditionally, that means 2 parents at home together. Liverpool Women's Hospital lies in the heart of Merseyside, the region with the highest number of lone parents in the country.
We have single mums with no dad around, mum with a new partner, mum being supported by family, grandparents. So we're used to all different types of families here. It's extremely difficult having a new baby. But if you're on your own and you've got a baby who's sick or has been sick, then I think that must be very, very difficult.
Alfie is 2 days old. Before he was even born, his parents split up. Just 11 weeks ago, his mother Amy was in a 6-year relationship with 5 children, awaiting the birth of her new baby. But then, everything changed. At 18 weeks pregnant, she separated from her husband. At 20 weeks, she contracted swine flu, and then, at 27 weeks, Alfie arrived, nearly 4 months early. Not only did she nearly lose Alfie, she nearly died herself.
My liver and kidneys were failing. They come and whisked me into a side room. I just remember holding the nurse's wrist and telling her that I really didn't feel well, and then no memory after that.
Swine flu in pregnancy can be serious, and in extreme cases, women can lose their lives.
They'd induced me into a coma. They told me family had 50-50% chance of surviving.
Amy was kept in the coma on life support for 3 weeks.
When I came out of the coma, I couldn't move, I couldn't speak. I'm still not very strong. I've had to learn to walk again.
Amy was lucky to survive the swine flu. She did well. She did really well to make it through. But it has impacted on her health. And also, we do know that if you are extremely unwell as a mother and you have low oxygen levels and low blood pressure and your kidneys aren't working and your liver is failing, then that environment is not good for a baby to be grown in.
When Alfie was born 2 days ago, he wasn't expected to survive. He weighed just 1 pound 6 ounces at birth, the equivalent to half a bag of sugar.
You know, it's up and down, just hour by hour really with Alfie, if he's going to be okay. Yesterday, they did think they were going to lose him. As long as he's responding, they're going to keep helping him. I just hope he survives. The longer he's here, the more hope there is, because they didn't think he would be born alive.
Lone mothers, the stereotypical vision of them is that they have babies, so they get a flat, so they get benefits, and I've never met a mother like that. And what I meet is mums who are in difficult situations, who are struggling with very little money, who have maybe 1 or 2 children and have a child on the neonatal unit, and who don't have a lot of support to help them. And it's extremely difficult for them in those situations.
Rachel is 28 and a lone parent. She spent the last 5 weeks juggling her life at home, as well as visiting her new baby, Tyler.
9 weeks early. 9 weeks. So it was a bit of a shock. I've got 3. A little girl, a little boy, and Tyler. So,
Got quite a lot on your plate then.
yeah, I have. And my dog's just had pups. Cheeky.
Today, Rachel's got someone else to cope with. The baby's father has come to visit.
Best looking in here, isn't he? That's my child. He's just stunning. Best looking kid in the ward. I'm the proud dad. Give him a kiss.
Mum and Dad, Rachel and Kane, are no longer together, but have stayed friends.
He's going to be the next top football player in the world. I'm going to train him, because I'm better than Wayne Rooney.
Oh, God. Oh, I wish I never came up with him now.
Ryan is 18 months. His sister Cameron is 10, and they have different dads to Tyler.
Yes. See you later.
All right, see you later.
And you be good.
Sure. None of my kids are planning to just all left well, you know. But I'm over the moon with my 3 kids right now. Like, never change anything for the world.
Amy has been in and out of hospital and away from her 5 children for 4 months. The household have had to cope without her. She separated from husband Paul shortly before she caught swine flu. Since then, Dad Paul has been looking after the 2 youngest children, and Sam, the eldest, has been holding the fort at home.
It's all been thrown on me this time. Cross every bridge as it comes is how it's been.
For weeks, Sam didn't know if his mother would make it home at all.
Never really pictured it happening, and then it nearly did. It was crazy. They know she's poorly. They always say Mummy's poorly, but I don't think they really understand how dangerous or risky it's been. Don't know how Alfie's still with us, really. Amazing. How you can be that small, just fit in the palm of my hand. It's crazy. But as long as he lives, really, that's all I care about. Another brother in the family.
The neonatal unit at Liverpool Women's Hospital cares for 1,000 sick and premature babies a year. But sometimes the hospital can only do so much.
Some babies are born into very chaotic families with lots of problems at home. And it's our role to not only treat them medically, but also identify these children who might need extra help when they go back to their families, not only because of health concerns, but because of social concerns, housing concerns. We do see babies who don't get as many visitors as other babies whose mothers aren't able to visit for one of many reasons. These babies, they haven't got a voice and they don't have a say, and they need advocates for them and people to stand up for them.
Baby Michael has been in hospital for 2 months. For the last 3 weeks, his mother, a lone parent, hasn't visited. She has 2 other children and lives 14 miles away. Consultant Bill Yoxall, head of the neonatal unit, has been closely involved in Michael's case.
Is now day 64 of life. Social concerns.
We've got anxieties about visiting, is that right? Is there a practical barrier for her coming in?
I'm not sure, I don't know.
We've had great difficulty engaging with this mum. I haven't actually ever sat down and spoken to her. She visits very infrequently. She's a fairly young mum. She's got other young children. She is dependent on public transport and she doesn't live locally. And we don't see that much of her in the hospital. Sometimes the relationship between mums and new babies isn't always what you might expect it to be.
Since birth, Michael's had a stormy course. He was born at 28 weeks and has spent the past 7 weeks in hospital.
Some mums don't visit because they find this a very scary, alien environment. And their baby's in a little plastic box and they don't develop a bond with their baby. And the difficulty is if you don't develop a bond, you don't visit your baby. So you don't develop the bond and you don't visit the baby and you have this vicious circle. You'll often find our nurses will give them cuddles and look after them almost as if they were their own babies.
It's really important for parents to be here, but if they can't be here, there's things we can do. Let them grip a finger or massage their feet a little bit so that they can feel that human touch that is so needed. But it is a problem for these babies if they're separated from their parents, because as you can probably see, the nurses don't always have a lot of time to cuddle them. And cuddling is really important. And skin to skin is very important to help the bonding process. And the babies miss out if they aren't touched. They don't grow as well. It helps to prevent infection, actually, and it can actually reduce pain as well. We can't do what parents can do. The staff can't do what they can do. They're the constant carer, the constant for this child's life.
When there is a sick baby in hospital and other children at home, mums are needed in 2 places at once. Amy hasn't moved from the hospital in days. She's got 5 children back home, baby Alfie in the intensive care unit, and she's poorly herself. Before Alfie was born, his mum was told he had serious brain abnormalities. Doctors believe the damage happened after his mum contracted swine flu. But the question is, just how severe is the damage?
He's had a head scan this morning.
Oh, yeah.
So Prof, the ward round's just been round, and Prof was saying he'd like to sit down with you and discuss things. We'll have to sit down and go through everything.
All right.
Are you okay? Would you like anyone with you? Was there anyone you want to wait for or anything? Is it just...
Why is it bad news?
No, but it's just nice to have a new picture of a new head scan and stuff, so... Do you want us to have anyone here? It's up to you.
No, it's okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, all right.
Okay, you're all right?
Yeah.
You sure?
Expecting bad news. Longer is it, yeah? The harder it is as well. Hoping for a miracle, I suppose.
Alfie's latest brain scans have just been seen by the consultant.
Hello, Mrs. Condy. Hello. We did the brain scan. What it shows is the salty water spaces in it are a little larger than one might have, than they might be, but not enormously large. In other respects, Alfie's doing, well, pretty well, really.
Quite positive then, isn't it?
Well, as things are, I'm reasonably optimistic.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll see you in a bit then.
Thanks. Well, that's good, isn't it? Yeah. Well, the brain damage isn't what they thought, is it? They thought very severe. Well, there's hope. No.
For the past 32 days, Rachel has been back and forth from hospital visiting Tyler.
Give me a kiss.
It's been tough, but at last, life is looking up.
I'm in a relationship. Been with someone for a few weeks. He's really nice. Really nice. Yeah. I'm happy. Very happy. At the moment.
Some of our mothers have a lot of challenges on their time. Visiting the baby on the neonatal unit might not be the top of their priority list for that time in their lives.
It's 15 days since Michael's mum visited him. Today, he really needs her. It's essential she comes to the hospital. He needs to have an operation on his heart to close a blood vessel that is commonly left open in premature babies. For weeks now, he's been struggling with his breathing, and the hope is the surgery will help. A theatre slot has become available, so he's been transferred to Alder Hey Children's Hospital for the operation. But the hospital needs Michael's mother to give her written consent.
We're hoping she's going to arrive in time, so the surgeons can explain what they want to do and get consent, and so we don't miss our slot on the operating list. It's always a big worry, especially when we're planning big interventions like cardiac surgery. Obviously, we can't do that without Mum's permission. Michael needs this treatment, so we need to get Mum involved. We've tried to get hold of Mum. She's on her way to this hospital at the moment, we believe. My impression is that she doesn't quite understand the urgency of the situation.
Mum's arrived. Mum's arrived. Mum's arrived. Yeah.
Michael's just left, but he has missed his mother by minutes.
Mum's just arrived.
Is she?
Yes.
Excellent.
She's missed her by 5 minutes.
Right. So was she?
She's right.
Consultant Bill talks to Michael's mum. She agrees to sign the consent form so his vital operation can go ahead. Babies who are in intensive care are highly vulnerable. Their condition can change in a matter of hours, and sometimes in an instant. Alfie's mum, Amy, hasn't left the hospital since his birth. But this morning, when she was just down the corridor, his lung suddenly collapsed. For the moment, Alfie is stable.
It just keeps going. On day 4 now.
But with 5 children missing her, she's feeling torn.
They were saying that you'd like to go back to Chester. I think it's fine. I mean, you know, he's not as well as he was yesterday, but it's because that lung's collapsed down. I don't expect anything really dramatic to take place.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Reassured, Amy ventures home for a couple of hours.
See ya.
Thank you.
They say one step forward, 2 back, don't they, with prams?
Baby Michael is back from his heart operation. He saw his mum in the operating theatre, but that was 7 days ago. She hasn't visited since.
Michael's done very well today. So it's progress for him, it's a positive step. So hopefully she'll be in contact with us soon and we can tell her he's doing well. It is sad. It's sad for the little babies because obviously a cuddle from mum or dad, to have that quality time with the parents is nice for them. And although it's nice for us as well to steal a cuddle every now and then, sometimes when you're busy you just don't have time. So they do miss out really, especially when they're getting bigger. Like Michael is, he's come into the age now, he needs a bit more interaction, he needs someone to play with him. He's a lovely little boy. He's getting big now, he's getting chubby, he's turning into a proper boy now.
Amy is at home, enjoying some time with her children and their grandmother.
Mum, can you open it for me, please?
I am better, but I'm going back to see the baby.
Mummy! That Alfie.
That's Alfie, is it? This your little brother?
Yeah.
Isn't he beautiful? He's only very tiny. Look at Teddy. Alfie.
He's had a lung collapse today.
Oh, what's that?
He's not as well as yesterday.
No.
But his heart and that, they're still positive about
Yeah.
it.
Things are good then, aren't they? Yeah, yeah. A lot better than we thought.
Callum, give me a kiss, because I'm going back to the hospital. And I'll see you in 2 sleeps.
No.
If he sleeps.
Thanks lots.
Thank you.
Lots.
See you later. Bye, Dad.
Bye.
Bye. Don't go across the road, Callum.
Unfortunately, back at the unit, Alfie has taken a turn for the worse. He's become critically ill. Consultant Chris Dewhurst is in charge of the unit this evening.
Have you tried a cuff blood pressure since he's... Do you want to try it? Alfie's, unfortunately, over the afternoon, he's had a deterioration, and we know that our small babies take a long time to get better, but a very short time to get sicker. And we've seen that with Alfie this afternoon. There is a hope that he can pull through all this, and if we didn't feel there was hope or a chance that he would pull through this, then we would think about whether or not what we're doing is the right thing to do for Alfie.
It's 4 days into baby Alfie's life, and he's become critically ill. Amy is back on the unit after a brief visit home. Consultant Chris has the difficult task of giving Amy the bad news.
We just have to be open and honest with the parents and tell them the situation we're in, tell them about the treatments we're offering, and give them an honest opinion of what we feel the chances of Alfie are making it through this. Are you okay to have a chat here? Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
I know you had a chat today with Professor Weinling about...
Oh, yeah, about the scan.
Yeah.
That was quite positive, though, to what they thought.
Okay.
Yeah. And he said his lungs were pretty good.
Okay. I think what happened is when you went home is that Alfie's oxygen levels went quite low, and it stayed that low for quite a while. Looking at his X-ray of his lungs are quite badly damaged. However, I don't think his oxygen levels at the moment, or today, went a lot lower because of his lungs. I think what's happened is his blood pressure's gone quite low. We did a scan on his heart, which showed that his heart wasn't pumping as well as it should do. So I think what was happening is the blood which was supposed to be going off to his lungs was actually coming back and going around the rest of his body before it picked the oxygen up. And if we can get the blood pressure around the rest of his body higher, then that will reverse that, and I think that's what we've seen. So he's in a better place than he was a couple of hours ago. But, he still remains quite poorly. Does that explanation sort of make some sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately, as mums and dads, you want sort of clear-cut, black and white, and we can't give you that. There's a chance he can pull through all this, and if we felt there wasn't a chance, then we wouldn't carry on doing what we're doing. I think that chance is there. I think that chance is reasonable, but probably less than 50-50 that he's going to make it out of here.
It's now after midnight, and Alfie is still not improving. He's on morphine to keep him free of pain, and they're trying him on a different type of ventilator. Amy's friend Joanne has arrived to give support.
And we're getting close to the level where actually the level of support is the maximal level we can give. Beyond here, there's not a lot else we can go. As I say, he's still got a chance, and that's why we're doing what we're doing. We'll see how he gets on.
It's horrible now if it doesn't work, isn't it? Shit.
You never know.
It's too hard to be in here anyway. Just go in that room now.
All Amy can do now is wait. Baby Michael has not been visited by his mother for 10 days, since the day she caught up with him when he was about to have surgery. The operation seems to have helped. His breathing is improving and he's gained a little more weight. Michael's mother lives 14 miles from the hospital. She's staying in temporary accommodation and lives on state benefits. Katie, Michael's mother, is 21. She has 2 other children, Rio aged 2 and TJ who's 1.
You're gonna do it yourself? You will? I haven't seen him since he's had his operation because I've had my handfuls like doing Christmas and with these two trying to sort them out. I've been ill myself. It's just getting too much because it's right on top of Christmas and the buses. It's harder than anything. When he was like first born, I was there quite a lot, and then it's like started struggling with money and finding it harder. But lately it's just been like 2 weeks, and then it's missed again. I feel evil leaving him on his own because I want to get up there, but if it happens to him, he's got people there with him. If something happens to these, it's like I'll end up blaming myself. I've got a bond, but it's not as strong as I've got a bond with my other 2 little lads. I know when he comes home, he'll have me full attention 24 hours a day, just as much as these will. Can I do your nose, please? Please. People look down at me, but I'm not bothered what anyone thinks. At the end of the day, I've done great bringing these 2 up. I'm not doing it wrong, I'm doing the best I can. So I'm a single mum on my own. What more can you do?
Baby Alfie has fought to make it through the night, but he's still not responding to treatment. His brother Sam has joined his mum on the unit. The family have asked for baby Alfie to be baptised.
Your little brother. Are you ready for me to baptise him? And he's just Alfie. Heavenly Father, as we come this morning to baptise baby Alfie, surround little Alfie with all your love this morning. Heavenly Father, you make nothing in vain and you love all that you have made. As we come to baptise Alfie, you may put your strong arms around him now and forever. And may you strengthen our hearts with the knowledge that your love is stronger than death and that everyone whom we love has a place in our hearts forever. Amen. Make this time special with him. It matters. Thank you. God bless. Cheers, Sam.
Alfie's family, his father and grandparents, have gathered to be with him and to say goodbye.
I don't think it's wrong to be upset about the babies when they die or when they suffer, but it's how you deal with that on a day-to-day basis. You know, you do develop a special bond with some babies. It can be difficult emotionally. You don't ever become used to that, but you learn how to cope with it.
For a sick or premature baby, the neonatal unit is the only home they've known. When they come to leave, it's as if their lives start all over again.
Our little babies are the most vulnerable of all patients, really. The baby's not been asked to be born early or been born poorly. The dream of everyone when they think about babies is these very cute, cuddly little things in white nappies being taken home to beautiful houses. And that's not always the case.
Rachel is finally taking Tyler home today. It should be a happy day, but she has other worries. She's back on her own again.
You coming home? Wish it could have been different, but turned out not to be so right in the end. Because he's not got kids himself, so he doesn't understand really. So nothing's worked out the way I wanted it to in the end. Everybody likes a man to support them, don't they? But it's finding one here, around in Liverpool. It's hard. Cameron's dad, I was in love with him, yeah. But that never worked out. Ryan's dad, that never worked out. It's just a lot of things on me. A lot of things right now is just getting to me. That's it, finished with men anyway. Oh no, it's just too cold. Oh God. Bye. Oh, where'd it go? I'm gonna definitely have my hands full now. Oh, please. Feels that strange being home with him. Everyone struggles with money and doing things and making sure everything's perfect, but nobody's got a perfect life, have they?
After 11 weeks on the neonatal unit in Liverpool, baby Michael is taking one step closer to being with his family. Doctors are transferring him to his local hospital, so it'll be easier for his mother to visit.
We're not here to social engineer, we're here to look after babies and get them better. So when they go home, we try and ensure that they're going to be looked after, that they're going to be cared for, and that they're going to attend all their health needs and all their educational needs as these children grow up. Yeah, I do worry about the babies when they go home, sometimes. You know, we've looked after them and cared for them, and there's only so much we can do, you know?
After a total of 5 months, Michael was finally discharged from his local hospital. Six weeks have passed since Alfie died. Amy is finally back at home and has come a long way in her recovery from swine flu.
I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to have got through it. So I do feel different.
I think she's very lucky and very strong for getting through it. Don't know where she got the fight from, but it paid off. It has a huge effect on us for such a little person.
To my brother, Alfie, love Carol.
Today, Amy has asked Alfie's father, their friends and family, to join her at the grave.
I do have some nice memories. No, I'm thankful for the 5 days I had with him. When I come to visit him, sometimes I bring one of the children's books and read. Speak with him sometimes. I do believe I find comfort in time coming here, as it gets easier. But you never get over it. You just learn to live with it. Let it go in the sky.
There it goes. Ready, go.
Yeah. Bye-bye, Alfie. God bless.
Haven't placed too much.
Oh.
All gone to heaven now, have they? They're all gone to the angels.
Every parent hopes for a healthy baby and an uncomplicated birth. But sometimes a baby comes too early, or the birth goes wrong. The Women's Hospital in Liverpool is the largest in the country. As a centre of excellence, they pride themselves on being at the cutting edge of neonatal science.
And I always think that this is this first baby's day alive, his first night alive. He's not got his mum, he's not got his dad. We need to take care of him and sort of treat them as if they were our babies, really.
The neonatal unit cares for 1,000 babies a year. They're some of the smallest and sickest. Babies who weigh just half a pound and who are on the cusp of life. For parents, it's an emotional roller coaster. They will experience both great sadness and great happiness.
Really happy, just holding him. He's got a really strong grip as well.
Gotta get on with it. I'm just grateful that he's here. You know, we all say we want something that challenges through life, and this is a challenge. So bring it on.
He was only around for 5 days. He's changed our lives.
There will be heartache and joy. The reality is, some babies will survive and some will not. For any baby, birth is one of the most dangerous moments in its life. At Liverpool Women's Hospital, the Intensive Care Neonatal Unit specialises in caring for babies where there have been complications at birth and a baby has been starved of oxygen.
Feel that, hey? Feel that.
Baby Riley almost died at birth.
That's your mum's tears crying for you, and I'm going to do that many times through the years. Aren't I?
Parents, Laura and Phil, spent the 6 days after Riley's traumatic birth watching him teeter between life and death.
Within the space of 2 minutes, I'd had my stomach cut open and the baby was pulled out. Then he was resuscitated at birth, obviously rushed down here, and by 11 o'clock he was set up like this. He had 3 blood transfusions, he had a full blood exchange. He had tubes in his nose, tubes down his throat, arterial lines in his belly button. He was very sick.
If you don't get enough oxygen to the baby, it will affect all the organs in the body, such as the kidneys, the liver, the heart, the lungs and the bowel. But most of those organs are recoverable. The organ we worry about is the brain. We know that some of the damage to the brain is irreversible and will affect this baby in the long term.
With Riley, Laura and Phil don't know yet whether there has been brain damage. They're just grateful he's alive. They already have a daughter, but 2 years ago they had another baby, Olivia, who was stillborn. Then it was the placenta that came away during the labour. This time with Riley, a blood disorder has been the problem.
Basically what they told me is if I didn't come in when I did, that if I'd have come in the day after when I was due for my induction, I'd have been planning another baby funeral. And I don't think I'd have got through that at all. We all pray that we have a good, healthy baby. But you know what? I just want a baby that I can take home with me this time.
When a baby survives a difficult birth, usually all their organs will recover after a few days. Charlie was born 5 days ago, but still hasn't made the initial recovery. His kidneys aren't working. Amy, his mother, is 18 and is bringing Charlie up on her own, but with the support of her parents.
His main problem is that he hasn't passed urine for a long time now. Most babies in his position usually recover their renal function, their kidney function, fairly soon after birth. And we worry more about the damage that's been done to the brain. So when the kidneys are the main problem, babies who haven't got good kidney function, who can't pass urine, can't survive independently. To a certain extent, we're waiting and seeing what happens. But each day that passes where he doesn't pass any urine, unfortunately, that's a day where his outlook is worse.
You know, you've just got to be positive. And while he's still here, there's still hope. So, you've got to make sure that you just keep smiling and keep praying. And just hope that it'll be okay. And it's worth it. I mean, you just gotta keep doing everything that you would normally do with a normal baby, as much as you can. Because obviously you can't change them and you can't wash them and bath them like you would normally do. But, you know, you can do as much. You can cuddle them and you can kiss them and you can hold their hand and tell them you love them.
Where's Snuggy, hey? Where's Snuggy? Should we put that over your feet so you don't get cold?
With Charlie so dangerously ill, Amy and her family are making the most of each day with him.
Oh, gorgeous boy. Hello, Mimi. I miss you today.
They're filming Charlie, trying to capture and celebrate his every moment.
Look at that gorgeous face, eh? Look at that gorgeous face. Pudding pops. George, you look like a big pudding, don't you? But the mama doesn't mind. No, the mama doesn't mind.
Kiss them kidneys, make them work. It's the most special thing in the world to be a mum. And I love being a mum. Even though it hasn't been for long, I love being a mum. It's a blessing to have him. Even if he's got a lot of problems, I don't mind. Because I think, well, he's mine. He's no one else's. And I just love him so much.
Very emotive time for Amy and for the family, but for her in particular, you know, she just desperately wants her little boy to get well, and you know, she just is so sad. She's got a big extended family and a big, huge amount of friends. Massive domino effect of love, massive, you know, and that's what's going to wrap her up and keep her strong in the next few weeks, hopefully.
Nine out of 10 babies are born healthy and have straightforward, uneventful births. But at Liverpool Women's Hospital, the Neonatal Intensive Care Unit takes babies from hospitals across the region where there's been asphyxia, a lack of oxygen at birth.
Everyone looks forward to a pregnancy and everyone looks forward to a happy, bouncy baby at the end of the pregnancy. But when it goes wrong, things can go wrong very quickly. And then parents have to meet a baby, but they have to meet a critically ill baby who's on the edge of life and death.
Let's go.
Parents Jason and Nikki very nearly lost their first child. William is 3 weeks old now, and at birth weighed 9 pounds and 11 ounces. During the labour, William inhaled fluids into his lungs, and his whole body was starved of oxygen. It's 3 weeks on, but the worry isn't over.
If a baby has very severe injury, they might be able to breathe but not be able to suck. And we'll be looking for that as a sign to see how severe William's brain injury is. If he can breathe for himself, that's one step forward. If he can take a bottle for himself, that's another step forward. And it will be very encouraging if we can see him take a bottle. So the stakes are very high for William and for his family.
I'll just get you a bottle. That's it. In you go. That's it. Just put it in. No, it's okay. Just put it in. That's it. Just do that.
Do you suck in it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well done.
You're a good boy, aren't you? Hey? Make your mummy cry as well.
Good boy. Is that nice? Is that nice?
Relieved a little bit, to be honest, because I didn't think he'd. You always have that panic, don't you, that you don't know whether he's going to be able to suck, swallow and breathe at the same time. And to see him actually take as much as he has, it's unbelievable.
Birth ought to be a happy time for families. But for William's parents, the day he was born is more of a nightmare that won't go away.
Yeah. You know, we went in and that morning, and the Wednesday morning, and when they examined him, they said, you know, you're 5 centimetres dilated now, and we thought, right, this is it, you know, a couple of hours' time, you know, baby boy will be born, and that'll be it, and we'll be going home the day after, and it was probably the worst day of my life, to be honest. When he was born, he wasn't actually breathing, so they got him breathing again by massage, and at first, when I seen him, you don't realise how serious it actually was until later on that someone sits you down and tells you, you know, basically, you know, he could basically die. So it was quite upsetting, to be honest.
Well, rather frightening, really.
Yeah, it is. Very frightening.
My gorgeous boy, look at all your teddies. That's off Auntie Neve. That's off Jane next door. That's off Mimi. And Pop. And you love this one. This is your favourite. Isn't it, little fella? Hey?
Charlie's family are recording his life. It's day 7, but his kidneys are still not working, and he remains critically ill.
We love you so much, little man. We just want you to do a wee.
Amy and her mother haven't moved from the hospital in a week. They want to stay close to Charlie. And they're at Charlie's cot side day and night.
Hiya, you alright? She's writing all of Amy's text messages in a journal. All the messages that people have sent to us on board her journal, and she wants to keep all the text messages because there's so many lovely wishes. So it's keeping me busy when I'm minding Charlie.
Sleeping's very difficult. Leaving him of a night is difficult because I think, will he be there in the morning? You know, because I just think, oh my God, what if he's not? What if he's not?
How's it worked tonight in here? What have you been doing?
We pull that bed out and it goes here. There's blankets as well, and it goes there and there's blankets, and my mum gets into bed there, and then she can hold my hands. And oh, don't get me legs because they're all hairy. She can hold my hand from there to me to here, and it's great. It's a bit tricky when you get enough for a wee in the night, but you know, it's all right. I didn't really want a baby, but I got caught. It was a bit of a shock, especially for me and Paul, because we were, you know, we hadn't been together for a long, long time, and we weren't thinking about kids or nothing like that.
How long did you go out?
A few months. We don't argue because our baby, that's trivial. Our baby's really sick. It's civil, you know what I mean? It's as civil as it can be.
Riley is 7 days old and continues to improve. His mum, Laura, is cherishing every moment she has with him. They are moments she didn't have with Olivia, the baby she lost.
Here's Nanny's present. This is a sample of Riley's poo. Here's his memory box. I should write in his book, really, and sellotape that to it, shouldn't I? I'll put that in, but I'll put it in there for now. I need sellotape. I haven't got sellotape. This is his first saliva. You see where it's gone dry? Around there. It's gone really hard as well now. That's a slobber, that's his poo. I just need one from his wee now, don't I? We've got the full set, each hole. With Olivia, when she was born, we couldn't handle her like a baby. Even though she'd been born and she died, you'd think you'd still be able to give them the cuddles, but you can't, because she started bleeding from her lips and from her nose and from her eyes and from her ears. But things of Olivia's that we got to keep was sympathy cards, that's all, and her ashes. Here's one of his little blankets. He hasn't even had this round him yet. This is his one that he's coming out of hospital with. I can't wait to just have him, like... Where's my teddy bear? Let's see what it'll feel like. There we go. Riley. Oh, I can't wait to hold him, to snug him.
When there've been problems at birth and a baby is left short of oxygen, it can take years for the full extent of brain injury to be clear. The damage may turn out to be so mild as to be unnoticeable, or so severe that the baby effectively remains a baby for the rest of its life.
For me, brain damage is frightening because of communication. If you can't talk to someone that you love, and you can't get their response to what you're saying, then that's the most difficult thing. And for me, that's what many families fear the most.
That's it, I'm only sucking it now.
So far, William has surprised everyone. But at birth, doctors were so worried, they transferred him to the Women's Hospital for a pioneering new treatment. His body was cooled a couple of degrees. The hope is the cooling treatment might have helped. And today, William's parents get the result of his MRI brain scan.
The basic news about the scan is that it's okay. So,
Sorry, go on.
So that's one part of the story.
Yeah, okay.
And the scan, all the bits of the brain that we worried about after all his troubles, they look okay.
Okay.
So that's strongly reassuring about his brain.
Okay.
Okay. Relief.
You don't understand now. I mean, we just expected the worst, didn't we, all the time? We really have.
What happens next is that we need to get him ready for home.
Okay.
Won't be just yet.
No.
But we're looking for him to be able to breathe for himself without oxygen.
Okay.
Feed
himself
as you want him to feed.
Yeah.
And keep himself warm.
Right, okay then, great. There's not much more we can say, is there?
No.
Apart from thanks very much.
So yeah, I think it's cuddle time,
Yeah.
feeding
Right,
time.
yeah.
That's the
Yeah, a
most
few
important
phone calls as well, I think,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Thank you very
thing.
much.
Family time.
Thank you very much for that.
Okay,
Thank
well,
you.
congratulations.
Thank you.
I think he's
Thank
doing
you.
really well.
Thank you.
She's wanting it.
Yeah.
It's just a feeling that no one will ever understand, never understand what we've gone through over the last 3 weeks. Just to hear that, I think all the way along we've known that, you know, maybe they can do things to fix hearts and kidneys and liver and lungs, but we knew straight away that if it was anything wrong with the brain, that nothing could be done. And to hear that news then was absolutely unbelievable. It's the best thing I've ever heard in my life, I think. Dead right.
On the neonatal unit, parents survive on hope, and often their faith. At times, it can be the only thing that sustains them.
Do you need a little book?
The little prayer cards there, yeah.
Yeah, and I'll talk about it all.
Oh, bless you. Let's see. Well, should we pray together, shall we?
Yeah.
Oh, God, thank you for my baby, for the wonder of life and birth, for the excitement. Thank you for the skill and patience of doctors and nurses, for the loving kindness of all who have helped me. Pray, Lord, especially for our beautiful little boy, our little Charlie. We pray, dearest Lord, that you be able to pass this water. Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, world without end. Amen. I've always thought it's wonderful to be involved with families at joyful times, but it's a greater privilege to be involved with families at times of suffering. As soon as you have love in your heart, then you'll suffer. This is the whole thing. It's the inevitable consequence of love is that we suffer. But then, that's how love deepens and grows. There's no easy way to love, to really love.
A parent's desire for their child to survive can transcend all else. Charlie's kidneys still aren't working. His mother Amy knows he also has some brain damage. Today, she'll learn the extent of the injury. Amy wants Paul, the baby's father, to be present.
So you don't want anyone with you now, you sure? Okay. I've just got to tell you about the brain scan and where we are generally and try and make a plan for what happens next, really. Is that all right?
Right, that's fine.
It's uncertain, first of all, whether he'll pull through or not because of his kidneys. And it's uncertain if he does pull through how severe his disability will be, but it's likely to be... He'll have some disability. On the scan, you can see there's quite a lot of brightness on the front, on the left side of the brain, and on the back, on the right side, which is damage caused by lack of oxygen. And the part of the brain which is most commonly damaged with this sort of problem is the part that controls movement, so the children get a physical disability called cerebral palsy.
Okay, what's that?
Okay, so it's a very variable condition. Some children with CP, cerebral palsy, have problems with things like learning, communication, and they can have very severe disability.
You can't tell the severity of the brain damage at this moment, can you?
No.
Well, that doesn't matter. I'm not bothered.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get a bigger picture.
Well, I think the right question is, what we have to decide with babies like this is, can we make him better or not? And if we can, then we do it. There's still a possibility this disability might be of a degree that he can still have a good quality of life. And on that basis, I think it's reasonable to carry on doing what we're doing at the moment. But if his brain scan starts to get worse, or his fit starts to get worse, then we might need to think about whether we're doing the right thing for him. Does that make sense? Do you got any questions about that? And that's a really hard thing to hear, but it's really important for you as mum and dad that you need to not have all the information. So if we're making decisions, you're fully informed.
It's 3 weeks since Riley was born. He's out of intensive care now, although he's a little jaundiced and still needs some help with his breathing. Today, his parents have been given the results of his MRI scan.
There's some damage to the front and the back of the brain, but they can't tell us to what severity it is. They grade it between a 1 and a 3, 1 being good, 3 being the highest, and they've said Riley's 2, which is moderate. It's development stages now, so when he gets to 8 months, if he's sitting up, if he's crawling, if he starts to walk, it's the part of the brain that can affect his limbs. So just a waiting game now.
What's your worst fears, do you think?
My worst fears? That he won't be able to walk or something like that. Do the things that little boys do and stuff. His behaviour signs are good at the moment. With him, he's taking bottles, he's got a gagging and a suck reflex. But the movements don't come from the part of the brain where when you're an adult, his movements are baby reactions. They're not proper movements, so there's just no way of telling until he gets older.
Oh, he's here though, Phil. I didn't get that with Olivia, did we? We've got him here. He's got a heartbeat. That's all that matters.
Will's got his arms up for you. That's what he wanted.
Give us some support.
It's the first time Amy has held Charlie. It's day 9 of his life. His condition remains unchanged. The next day, Charlie's morphine has been increased, and doctors are trying new medicines to encourage his kidneys to work.
Oh, little man.
You're okay. You're okay.
How you doing? Fine. Fine. I've got all my tears have gone now. Just want to be with him.
And you are? Okay.
Yeah.
I think Charlie's outlook is very poor, really. At the moment, he's very stable, but if we decided that he wasn't going to survive, despite our best efforts, that we may choose to then withdraw intensive care. No family wants to let go of their baby in a situation like this, and you're always hoping for the miracle to happen, and whether that's today or the next day, you'd be willing to give your baby, just one more day. But I think as time goes by, especially in Charlie's case, things are becoming more and more clear that things aren't going to work out as we would like them to.
Amy has now asked to spend as much time as possible holding Charlie, and she's starting to prepare.
She knows that she won't be very logical if the time comes that he's not. If she's told that there isn't any hope left, so she's prepared her list, and it's just what she wants for Charlie, her preparations for him, that you've got to do for your child in the most logical way. She wants to wash him, she wants to dress him, she wants to hold him, she wants to kiss him all over, she wants to feel his hair, She didn't hold him till yesterday, and she wants to feel him next to her. Those things that are so important to her. So she's only 18. Doesn't matter how old she is, she's a very good mum to Charlie. And that's the key thing. She just does it because she knows as a mum, as we all do, she has to do what's right for him. And she is. She's just an inspiration. And that's where we get our strength from, I think, really. They're proud of it.
You can come closer if you want. Do you want to come and see him?
Yeah.
Come and see him. Hey, Lynn, come to see you. Here's Lynn, come to see you.
He's looking very settled.
Very peaceful. Very peaceful, aren't you, little fella? But he's just so lovely and he's so peaceful at the minute. And that's the way I want it to be. It's the way I want it to be, little man. I don't want you in any pain. Best experience ever. It's just so lovely. Everybody takes it for granted.
On day 12 of Charlie's life, his family, together with the medical team, have decided they will later withdraw intensive care. Charlie's family want to keep filming to have a record of his last day of life. In the evening, intensive care will be withdrawn. For now, Charlie remains on a ventilator and on morphine so that he's free of pain. He's being moved to another room where his whole family are gathering to be with him and to say goodbye. On the neonatal unit, miracles are rare. Young lives may be lost, but they are also saved. Baby William has gone from strength to strength.
You know him, Margaret,
I do, yeah. It's looking good.
He's doing really well. He's much better with his feeding than he was at the beginning of the week.
After 6 weeks in hospital, he's put on another 2 pounds, and today is well enough for a little adventure.
But we couldn't put him in the buggy then.
Well, I'll get him a pram.
And they could wander around, around the hospital a little bit, perhaps.
Yeah, see why not?
Yeah, it's a bit of weekend recreation if he's comfortable and stable. Okay, great. Well, I'm very satisfied with how he's getting along. Congratulations.
Where are we going, eh? Where are we going? Here you go. Oh, what's this? Eh? What's this? Oh. Where are we going? Eh? Where are we going? Should we go down that way? Yeah, we'll go down this way first. First big outing.
You must have thought you'd never get to this.
No, not from the start. When I first seen him after the first day of him being born and whatever, he just, I mean, this is like a million miles away from where he was. Absolutely. You feel so much, you know, for the other people that are near, that you know what they're going through. And to see him how he is now, it's as if sometimes you don't like, sort of like celebrating it because you know there's that many other people around that's really got sick babies and that. And so we can celebrate it in here, can't we, when no one can see us?
A week later, William finally made it home for good. And today is flourishing. From nearly dying at birth, Riley is now doing so well that he's been moved to the nursery.
When I came in this morning, she said, well, take your top off and we'll put Riley underneath. So he's actually... It's underneath my top. I'm doing skin to skin.
Very, very
Good boy, lifting your head up. You strong little boy.
Riley's doing well, but his survival has been at a price. He has some brain damage.
To understand what's going on in his brain is going to take years. We'll get there. We've got lots of family and friends, haven't we, all waiting to meet you when we go home. Lots of toys. Eh? Lots of noisy toys at that as well, to stimulate your brain. Just got to get on with it. I'm just grateful that he's here, so, you know, can't dwell on it. Just look forward to it. It's a challenge, isn't it, in life? You know, we all say we want something that challenges through life, and this is a challenge. So bring it on.
Riley left hospital 5 days later. Doctors will be monitoring his development, but he's making excellent progress. It's been 4 months since Charlie died. His mum, Amy, has gone back to work as a hairdresser. She's still grieving for her son.
It's lovely where he's buried under a tree with a few other babies, and, you know, it's perfect where it is. I love going. It makes me feel at peace and at ease when I go. I love making it nice and neat and tidy for him, because he's my baby and that's the only thing I can do for him now, is to tidy his grave. It's where he rests in peace.
He's with other children?
Yeah, he's with other babies.
What was your thought there?
At first, I was a bit upset because I wanted him to be on his own, but the more I thought about it at the time, I thought, well, actually, he's with babies of his own age and mum and dads who are in the same predicament as me, and, you know, I know it's a bit funny, but I think, like, they're all together, all the babies are together, and, you know, they're next to each other, and it's just so lovely how close they are, and I think, well, maybe they'll just be little friends in heaven then, you know.
Today, in celebration of Charlie's life, Amy has organised a sponsored walk. She's raising money for the neonatal unit at Liverpool Women's Hospital.
That's fine. It's in his name, so we wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't for the joy that we had of him. And I think that's just, you know, what we can celebrate today. We can just celebrate the fact that we did have him. You know, we had a wonderful experience of 12 days with him. And here we are trying to give back.
Ames, you need to come now, love. No, I'm going to come in a minute, Mum.
It's so poignant today that we remember that she is still his mummy. He mightn't be here, but she is Charlie's mummy and she always will be. And in the future, when she goes on to have a family, Amy will say to her children, you know, also you've got a brother and he's up in heaven, and he was called Charlie. So, yeah, this is Charlie's mummy.
Every parent hopes for a healthy baby and an uncomplicated birth. But sometimes a baby comes too early, or the birth goes wrong. The Women's Hospital in Liverpool is the largest in the country. As a centre of excellence, they pride themselves on being at the cutting edge of neonatal science.
And I always think that this is this first baby's day alive, his first night alive. He's not got his mum, he's not got his dad. We need to take care of him and sort of treat them as if they were our babies, really.
The neonatal unit cares for 1,000 of the smallest and sickest babies every year. Babies who weigh just half a pound and who are on the cusp of life. For parents, it's an emotional roller coaster. They will experience both great sadness and great happiness.
Really happy, just holding him. He's got a really strong grip as well.
Gotta get on with it. I'm just grateful that he's here. You know, we all say we want something that challenges through life, and this is a challenge. So bring it on.
He was only around for 5 days. He's changed our lives.
There will be heartache and joy. And the reality is, some babies will survive, some will not. Ten years ago, extremely premature babies survived at best for a few hours. Now babies born 4 months early, 24 weeks, have at least a 50-50 chance. But for every miracle baby, there's one who doesn't survive. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, and baby Mohammed has just been born. He is just 25 weeks, nearly 4 months early, and is being taken to the neonatal intensive care unit.
Come on, chicken.
With our preterm babies, people often think they're just born small and they're completely perfect but tiny, and all we need to do is fatten them up and get them out the neonatal unit. But actually the problem with them is all their organ systems are immature and need supporting. Their lungs won't work properly, their hearts won't work properly, their bowels are at risk of problems, their kidneys won't work properly, they're at risk of having bleeds into their brain and having problems with their eyes.
So I'm going to weigh the baby. 710.
That's just 1 pound and 9 ounces, about half a bag of sugar.
Looks quite active and vigorous, really.
Exceedingly vigorous, yes.
For level 1.
He came out crying.
Chris is the youngest consultant in the team, and this morning is in charge of the unit.
Everything that we do in the neonatal unit is trying to replicate what the mums are doing with the babies inside them, but we can't do it nearly half as well as what they can do it, despite all our medicines, all our equipment. So we're in the incubator trying to keep warm. We've got a tube into the baby's lungs on a ventilator, trying to give the baby oxygen, which is what the placenta would normally do. And we'll start some nutrition for this baby.
No.
Normally, when a baby is born, the umbilical cord is cut and clamped. But here, the doctors make use of what nature provided.
So that's the arterial line in now.
They use the 2 arteries and a vein inside the cord to thread lines directly into the baby's body. These lines can supply drugs and nutrients. The incubator audio alarms constantly inform staff of the baby's status.
I think my wife always wonders how I manage to look after these tiny babies, because at home I'm very clumsy, you know, DIYing things, breaking things all the time, but I think she'll be surprised to see me putting these wee lines in these babies, you know. I think when you first start on a neonatal unit, you're amazed by the size of these babies, you know. You think they're tiny, and how can these babies possibly survive? And after you've been here a month or so, you see a full-term baby, one of your friends has a baby, and you think it's huge, you think it's like a huge monster baby. And I always think that this is this first baby's day alive, his first night alive. He's not got his mum, he's not got his dad, and we need to take care of him and sort of treat them as if they were our babies, really. Our own baby.
Mohammed's family come from Kuwait, but for the next 4 months, until the time he should have been born, the neonatal unit will be his home. Extremely premature babies are highly vulnerable. All their organs are underdeveloped, and they are particularly at risk from infection. Complications can develop in a matter of hours, so parents need to cherish every moment with their child.
This will be the most I've touched him.
You're not going to break anything, and I'll watch all the leads and everything.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Kate is 34 and an experienced mum. She already has a 6-year-old son. Baby Louie, however, is 4 months early and only weighs 1 pound.
I was kind of a bit scared to even touch him. Scared about giving him an infection, scared about breaking him.
Louie needs to be handled as little as possible. His skin is only a cell thick, and the lightest of touch can cause pain.
Hello. Should we do those ears?
Just
gently. Hello, sweetheart.
There you are, he's lifting it up for you.
Oh. There you go. Oh dear, did that hurt? Oh, sweetheart. Mummy's sorry. Oh. Mummy's sorry.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, he's been in the world for 4 days today. That's the closest and the most I've handled him and touched him, and I might cry.
It's all right, you're allowed
It's just really nice to be close, to feel a connection to him that I've not had since he's been born.
You can sit there and talk to him and just hold his hand, and he, you know, he knows you're there because he'll get to know your voice and your touch.
It's been a whirlwind few days for Kate. She went into labour suddenly and was rushed from her home in Birmingham to the unit in Liverpool.
The whole world just turned upside down in less than 3 days. The whole world. Family's been turned upside down. And everything from being away from home, being away from my son, my partner. And because he was so small and so little, and just didn't think he would survive. I think it was his natural instinct was he's not going to survive. He's too little. And then the midwife gave me a hug and said it's all right, it's okay. And I could, over her shoulder, I could see him, and they were working on him. And the doctor said, oh, he's got a heartbeat. He's got a really strong heartbeat. And then Pete and I were over the moon, and to go from thinking he wasn't with us to he's got a heartbeat and he's alive was just amazing. like a little bird. He's like a little brand new bird. All new skin and no feathers and things, and yeah, strange looking. His skin's strange, but he's looking better today. He's looking pinker.
It's 3 hours since baby Mohammed was born. His mother is still recovering in the delivery suite. At the birth, his auntie and father had only the briefest glimpse of him before he was whisked away.
Anxious to see the baby. At the same time, worried that something might happen, because they said 48 hours is very critical.
Baby Mohammed shouldn't be here at all. His family come from Kuwait. While on holiday in Liverpool visiting relatives, his mother went into labour 4 months early. Mohammed may have done well in the first few hours, but the fact is, he has a long way to go.
They can't tell you if they're in pain, they can't tell you if they're uncomfortable. You can read signs, like you can look at their face, they grimace. Sometimes if they're very little and very sick, they can't do that. So you have to make sure they're comfortable, they're on a proper mattress, that they've got boundaries, you know, that they feel safe in their environment. They're not lying on lines. Sometimes it can be something as simple as just lying on a line. But if you can imagine sitting on a huge hose pipe or something, it'd be really uncomfortable. So it's up to us to make sure that they're comfy. And if they're in pain, you know, we speak to the doctors and they might start them on some pain management, analgesia. But we're their advocates, so we have to be able to know what we're looking for.
Got any lips?
I think he's the one there. The last one. Poor parents. All these parents are suffering right now. Okay, let's go in. Hey. So tiny. Looks like a doll, but a moving doll. I'm happy now. Thank God. He's okay.
Liverpool Women's Hospital is one of the leading neonatal and obstetric units in the country. It serves Cheshire and Merseyside. With a normal birth, a baby is with its mother from the moment it's born.
Good boy.
But 3 hours after delivery, Mohammed's mother has yet to hold, touch, or even see him.
I just put the names on the back of the photos, so you...
And obviously this is a quite hard period for Mum, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. She's in a bit of shock, I think, probably as well, and physically, it's a lot to go through. I mean, having a baby anyway is a huge deal. It's a life-changing event, but to have a baby this early as well is very significant. And she's trying to look after herself, but obviously she's more worried about her baby.
Nurse Roberts is taking the photo of Mohammed round to his mother. Although 10 minutes later, there's a problem. Mohammed's mother is too scared to see him or look at his photos.
People are afraid that their child is going to die, and that's an upsetting thing. I guess she's also worried about the possibility of disability and handicap in the future. And most mothers are worried about the suffering their children have to go through. An intensive care unit is somewhere where people often feel pain and discomfort, but You need to do that to get through, and I think many parents do feel uncomfortable. They can't cuddle them, they can't hold their hand, and the child's going through pain and suffering without the parents by their side.
A few hours later, and Mohammed is about to get a visitor.
Is Mum coming in? Mum's coming in now with her, with Dad and Auntie.
She's had a change of heart.
She's seen the picture, you see, and she got all excited and happy, and she's spoken to the doctor as well, so hopefully she feels a bit better so she can see. So what we do is as well, we just alcohol gel. We just alcohol gel.
Amani is a first-time mum, and this is her first proper contact with her new baby.
There he is. Let me put it down. Come here. No, we don't have to read this right. Look, hang your feet in. We don't have to do it. So, as long as you wash and you alcohol gel.
What's the one against the level?
I'll turn the light off just so you can see us. He's your baby. And you can touch his hand.
Huh?
If you put your finger in, he'll grab your hand.
I'm afraid to touch his hand.
Get right in there, don't worry.
حاطي شغالين
Touch his hand,
he moved his hand.
سبحان الله حرك ايده لا اله الا الله.
He knows you. He can hear by your... She didn't even want to see this baby today. I said, okay, see the picture. She didn't even want to see the picture. Right now, she's touching the baby. That's a great improvement. She's very strong.
I feel like I want to see
very
him
strong.
all the nights. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye, Mohammed.
Thank you.
See you later. Success?
Success. There's nothing better than seeing a mother meet her baby. And I've seen babies be born, I've seen families meeting each other hundreds of times, but there's nothing more warming to the heart than when babies and parents meet for the first time. But my feelings are tinged with the knowledge of what may happen next. Sadly, some babies are born and a day or two's happiness is all the parents ever have. That's why it's so important that mother gets to see him while he's healthy. So I hope you stay well, Mohammed, but I hope your family can share the good news that you're here and that we can all keep you healthy for as long as possible.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning. A mother carrying triplets has been transferred from Wigan for an emergency caesarean. One of the triplets is dangerously ill. Unless it's delivered, the baby will die and will threaten the lives of the other two. The couple have spent a year trying for a baby on IVF and then discovered they were having triplets. Dean, the father, is waiting for his wife Emma to have her epidural for the caesarean.
How are you doing?
I'm a bit nervous.
Yeah.
It just wasn't nice, like when they said I had to come in here. I had to leave her, and it's emotional really because I've been trying to be strong for her.
At 28 weeks, the chances of survival for a single baby are good. But with 3, and one of them critically ill, they only have a 50-50 chance. In the space of 4 minutes, 2 girls and a boy are delivered. first out of theatre is the baby everyone's worried about, the little girl. Her parents have named her Heidi. She's been taken to the neonatal intensive care unit and is critically ill.
Okay.
The medical team have already had to resuscitate Heidi, and she's on a ventilator.
She wasn't like that before, was she?
She desaturated and went very pale, so we gave her some blood. Yeah. And then she picked up and she's gone flat again. I think I need to change this tube. It doesn't sound great both sides.
Heidi's breathing is very shallow, and they're going to have to reventilate her.
It's really quiet. Right, let's take the tube out.
Chest is not movement.
Oh, maybe it's good.
Going quiet, we need to bag her up.
Got a mouse?
Check tube position.
Cross section. Cross section.
Oh, that's better.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't feel any bubbling.
Yeah.
Great, let's secure that, please. Thank you, everybody.
So it's literally just a minute.
At the birth, the triplets' parents, Emma and Dean, only had a brief glimpse of their children. They still can't see Heidi because she's too ill. But Hayden and Harrison are improving by the minute.
We've been turning his ventilation down quite quickly, haven't we? All his gases, all his bloods that we've been doing have been really good. So we've been turning his ventilation down quite quickly. So he's doing really well, he's nice and settled. Can you see his face there, Mum?
Yeah.
We're back in here then, sir.
Yeah. It is nice for them to come round and at least get their first glimpse of them, although it's not the perfect view. At least they've seen them and it makes it a bit more real. You do get a lot of parents who are just in complete shock and think, I can't even believe they're here. And, you know, I was shopping this morning and now they're, you know, in that situation, they are quite shocked.
Baby Mohammed is so far doing well. But his Kuwaiti parents have other worries. They were here on holiday when Mum went into labour. They've had to take unpaid leave, they're not insured, and face the bill for Mohammed's care themselves. Unless the Kuwaiti government agrees to pay.
Money-wise, if I'm gonna pay from my pocket, that's about £175,000. Yeah. I could buy an apartment in Liverpool, the best apartment in Liverpool. So I am under pressure. I am tired, very tired. She's in a terrible state, crying all the time. Anybody just talks about the baby, she'll... خلاص بس ايش قلنا احنا؟ It's not good for you, for the baby. خلاص يلا بس حياة. Just can you cut for a while? She's getting upset because first of all Mohammed is in the incubation, second of all I'm leaving to Kuwait to finish the procedure of the papers. And this is since we got married, this is the first time that we have ever parted from each other. And I'm her strength. I don't say that I cry, but I cannot cry in front of her. Because if I do that, it's gonna be, I'm crying, she's crying. Who's gonna be strong for us? So I'm the man, so I have to be strong for her.
When most people have a child, they look forward to a lifetime together. On the neonatal unit, that time can be short. 12 hours after birth, 2 of the triplets are doing well, but the third, Heidi, is still critically ill. There's been internal bleeding, and the parents, together with the medical team, have decided to withdraw intensive care.
Sometimes we have babies that really are not showing a good response to all the intensive care interventions that we can put in place, and we have to sit down with the parents in those situations and really explain if there's no real prospect of recovery, then intensive care is futile.
Heidi is on morphine to keep her free of pain. She is spending what little time is left with her parents.
The options were, if we did nothing, then Heidi would die, or we deliver that night, and whilst Heidi still had a slim chance, there would be a chance. And so we was always prepared to take the chance than not take the chance.
And that's what you gave Heidi then?
Yeah, we gave her a chance.
Sadly, it hasn't worked out.
No. We've got 2 great kids to be thinking about right now, and that's what's keeping us strong for Heidi as well, and she'll always live on through them as well. And that's the important thing, so we're all just staying strong, and I'm really proud of Emma because she showed so much courage to do what she's done, and she's been brilliant, as I knew she would be. You can't even put into words how you feel when you see your children for the first time, and immediately you're just so protective. I know it's a cliche, but you know, it changes your life. And everyone says that your priorities will change, and you start to think, yeah, okay, it won't change me. But then immediately, you just feel something, and you just want to be there for them as much as you can.
4 days after their birth, the 2 surviving triplets, Harrison and Hayden, are improving and having longer periods of ventilation.
Come on, sweetie.
For the first time, Emma and Dean are helping to care for Harrison.
Just gently get over here and give it a good scrub. Good boy. You can put your hands in, Dean, if you want them to touch his arm. Yeah.
That's strong and fighting back.
Just 2 minutes.
Really happy, just holding him. He's got a really strong grip as well.
That's strong and fighting back.
Just 2 minutes. Should we just get him out for a quick cuddle and then I'll do the bed?
Emma is a first-time mum at 30. She has never held her son before, and even now, as Harrison is so fragile, it will be brief.
You got him?
Yeah.
You okay, Emma?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you.
See, he settles, his heart rate and everything settles down when he's out with you.
Yeah.
If you just clasp those all them in with your thumb. Yeah, we'll pop him back in now, Hayla. Okay?
Yep.
Good boy. And can you just give me a hand with these lines?
They seem to be doing really well, Adrian and Harrison, so that's lifted our spirits, and now we've started the cares getting involved with that, that's making us feel a bit more like parents now, so it's kind of making it seem more real now, though, which is what we want at this stage. I think one of the things that we're getting a bit stressed about is we can't see, like, the finish line at the moment. That's what it is. It's kind of like, obviously, all we want to do as parents is just have them, like, hold them in our arms and take them home. That's all we want.
When a baby is on the neonatal unit, parents find themselves at the hospital around the clock. Their happiest and saddest moments are shared with other parents who become an important means of support.
I like to think that the neonatal unit is a happy place, but we have to accept that we experience the extremes of human emotion on here. We will have the elation of parents taking home their 24-week baby, through to the despair and sadness of parents whom are expecting a normal-term healthy baby and something goes wrong. And those two extremes of emotion can happen in the cots next to each other.
Yeah, how are you?
Kate is staying at the hospital on her own. Her partner Pete is needed back at home in Birmingham to look after their 6-year-old son. Overnight, baby Louie has taken a turn for the worse. He's picked up an infection. Kate's waiting to hear from the consultant.
Hi, morning, how are you?
All right.
All right, okay. I'm just going to get an update from the team who are on overnight to see how he's been overnight. Okay.
We attempted an Alfie last time. We literally lodged him onto the side, massive DSAT body, had to abandon procedure.
And he never had an LP then?
Just wouldn't hold.
Okay, that's fine. So, you know, he's still quite poorly. He's had a little bit of an unsettled night with his circulation and the arterial line causing a problem. What I'd like to do, if that's okay, is come back after the ward round and speak to you about his infection.
Okay.
Is that okay? Then, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. If we could go to step
Yeah,
outside
no
and
problem.
finish the room and
Yeah, that's
come back in.
See the fire. It's fighting for us. God. Just get some tappies, doesn't it? It was like this last night, whatever.
It's just hard, isn't it?
It is, yeah, because now I've got to ring his dad and hold it together.
Relay it all back.
Relay it all back, and then ask me loads of questions.
You go again, don't you?
Louie's mum? Yeah.
Louie's dad.
He doesn't look as good as he did yesterday, but he spent all yesterday wiggling around and moving around, and so I don't know. We don't know what the implications of the infection, or I don't know what kind of infection it is or anything. I don't understand it all, Pete. Ask him what? What do I ask him? And what do I, ask him what's happening and what, they'll only explain it to me in simple terms, whether he's got an infection. I don't understand what that means. I don't understand the implications of having an infection. How can I have a conversation with a consultant? I can't stop crying. I love you too. All right, see you later. Bye.
On Sunday, he wasn't particularly well. He'd had a bit of a hiccup. Some of his blood tests pointed to the possibility of an infection being around. Unfortunately, the bug that Louie has got is a serious infection. Infection that can get around the bloodstream and cause quite a lot of problems to a variety of different parts of the body. So I think what I'm saying to you is that I am worried about him, and I'm worried about how serious this infection could be. At this stage, he's coping remarkably well with the fact that he's got this serious infection, and I'm hoping that we can treat him with the right antibiotics.
So what's going to happen? Yeah.
No one knows really at this stage.
Okay.
I think it would be misleading of me to say to you that because he's on the right antibiotics, everything's going to be fine. I think the next 24, 48, 72 hours, the next few days is going to be very important.
Okay.
But I'm afraid it could get worse before it gets better.
Right, okay.
Baby Louie's condition has deteriorated further. Kate's partner Pete has come back to the hospital.
Once it's clear that he really is deteriorating to such an extent where we can't offer him any more support and it's inevitable he's going to die, that would be the point where we would say to them that further treatment is futile, that we would say it's causing him unnecessary distress and pain, and that we should be switching the focus from aggressive intensive care sort of treatment and management to palliation, thinking about keeping him comfortable and withdrawing intensive care.
A few hours later, Louie's parents, together with the medical team, decide to withdraw intensive care.
Where's nursery 6? At the front, I think.
Baby Mohammed has spent 2 months in hospital, but he's out of intensive care and today is in the nursery.
Yes.
Oh, it's just this way?
Yes, now today's the first day.
Oh, fantastic.
Hello, I'm Angela, nice to meet you. This over here.
Yes.
Big day today, going home nursery, finally made it in.
So this is like the last room.
This is the last step now, yes, before home.
That's good.
It is. It's very good, isn't
Yeah.
it? Finally here. Yes. Oh, dear,
you
it's
heard
not
our
that bad.
Caring for Mohammed has cost £175,000, but thankfully the Kuwaiti government has agreed to pay.
The question is, how much feeding is he going to do? How much oxygen does he need?
Okay.
And sometimes babies need to go home on oxygen, sometimes they don't. Some people advise that he shouldn't fly for 6 to 12 months after
6 to 12 months?
Yeah.
I don't know. We have to see exactly what Muhammad... It's like he's more important than anything right now. We have to know exactly what's needed for him. Really? She's crying.
So chances were 50-50, and now he's in the 50% everyone wanted him to be in. He's made good progress. He's overcome the breathing problems. He's fought off infections. He's taking his food nicely. He's needing less and less oxygen as time goes by. So lots of positive things, and we can get him ready to be at home.
The two surviving triplets are out of intensive care, although Harrison still has serious problems with his breathing. For Emma and Dean, it's been a very long 9 weeks.
We're kind of quite bitter about it, to be honest, whereas, like, so for a normal birth, you know, you have your baby and then you get to bond with your baby straight away. We had none of that. We feel cheated. We feel cheated of that bonding experience. Whereas people, you know, they'll no idea how lucky they are, so they need to cherish every moment of that. Because that's something that we can never get back. We said that once we finally do get them home, we get them discharged, we're locking the doors for a week. We're not even going to tell people that they've come home.
After a further 7 weeks in hospital, Hayden and Harrison were transferred from Liverpool to their local hospital in Wigan. It's 3 months now since baby Louie died. Tomorrow is his due date, and his parents, Kate and Pete, and their other son, Ollie, are marking the event by getting married.
We didn't want to be sat around on the 25th of March every year thinking,
what if?
What if? What if he'd survived? What if he'd gone to full term? And we just wanted everybody around us, didn't we, on Louie's day and a celebration, so that every year we could look back with happy memories and fond memories and have memories of a celebration rather than every year having a day that was sombre.
How do you like to think of him now when you think of him?
Just at peace. And I wonder what he's doing up there.
I'd like to think he's in the arms of loved ones that are looking after him. I'd like to think that he's looking down on us, actually, you know, quite proud that we're his mum and dad.
But he's thinking, I did all that.
Yeah.
Did all that because of me.
Yeah.
He'll have a big smile on his face tomorrow.
Thread that through the stays.
Come on, then.
How scared does?